Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about doctrine of separation of powers. Separation of powers is the division of the legislative, executive, and judicial functions of government. Article 50 says that states shall take steps to separate the judiciary from the executive. The constitutional demarcation precludes the concentration of excessive power by any branch of the government. The Indian Constitution lays down the structure and defines and determines the role and functions of every organ of the state and establishes norms for their interrelationships and checks and balances. Doctrine of check and balance. The doctrine of separation has to accompanied with by the check and balance where one organ put the check and on the other organ and balance it power. What are the instruments of checks and balances? Legislature control. On judiciary, impeachment and the removal of the judges. Power to amend laws declared ultra vires by the court and revalidating it. On executive, through a no-confidence vote it can dissolve the government. Power to assist works of the executive through the question R and 0R. Executive control. On judiciary, making appointments to the office of Chief Justice and other judges. On legislature, powers under delegated legislation. Authority to make rules for regulating their respective procedure and conduct of business subject to the provisions of this constitution. Judicial control. On executive, judicial review i.e., the power to review executive action to determine if it violates the constitution. On legislature, unamendability of the Constitution under the basic structure doctrine pronounced by the Supreme Court in Keswananda Bharati case 1973. What are the issues with the separation of powers? Weakened opposition in India, democracy works on the principle of checks and balances. It is these checks and balances that prevent democracy from turning into majoritarianism. In a parliamentary system, these checks and balances are provided by the opposition party. However, the majority of a single party in the Lok Sabha has diminished the role of an effective opposition in the parliament. Judiciary being averse to checks and balances, the Supreme Court has held the 99th Constitutional Amendment, which provided for the establishment of the National Judicial Appointments Commission as ultra vires. The NJC could guarantee the independence of the system from inappropriate politicization, strengthen the quality of appointments, enhance the fairness of the selection process, promote diversity in the composition of the judiciary, and rebuild public confidence in the system. Judicial activism. In many recent judgments, the SC has become hyperactivist in making judgments that are deemed as laws and rules. This transgresses the domain of legislature and executive. Executive excesses. Executive in India is alleged of over-centralization of power, weakening of public institutions and passing laws to strengthen law, order and security of the state but curbs freedom of expression as well.